How's it going, everybody? Poser Mobile here, bringing you some absolute bangers that are all on sale on the PlayStation Store for the November savings sale that runs through November 21st. As usual, I've scoured the sale for all the full games, game bundles, and premium editions that are at the lowest price they've been in recent history, and are at least a 70 on OpenCritic or Game Rankings if it's an older game. So if that sounds like the kind of video you want to see, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my coverage of any new sales that Sony puts out. I'm trying to get to 10K by the end of the year, so every bit helps. Alright, that's enough yapping from me, let's get into the video. For $7.99, Vampyr is a dark, narrative-driven action RPG set in 1918 London, where you play as Dr. Jonathan Reed, a physician newly turned vampire torn between his duty to heal and his growing thirst for blood, in a city consumed by plague and fear. You'll stalk the city's fog-drenched streets, battling vampire hunters, undead skulls, and other supernatural foes while deciding who to feed on to survive, with every death reshaping the intricate web of relationships among London's desperate citizens. Its blend of moral choice, atmospheric world-building, rich dialogue, and haunting soundtrack creates a tense, immersive experience where every decision carries lasting weight. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Onimusha Warlords is a remastered action-adventure classic from Capcom that follows Samurai Samanosuke on a quest to rescue a captured princess and purge a demonic invasion threatening feudal Japan. You'll wield powerful elemental weapons, solve intricate environmental puzzles, and engage in fast, precise sword combat against hordes of grotesque creatures and cunning bosses, all enhanced by smooth analog controls and modern refinements. The crisp HD visuals, re-recorded soundtrack, widescreen support, and atmospheric lighting breathe new life into the game's moody setting, blending cinematic storytelling, haunting tension, and nostalgic PS2-era flair. It's an 84 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Mass Effect Andromeda Recruit Edition is a massive sci-fi action RPG where you play as the Pathfinder, leading humanity's mission to find a new home in the uncharted Andromeda galaxy amidst political intrigue and alien threats. You'll explore vast, diverse planets teeming with secrets, form alliances with unique species, and command a fully customizable squad in fast, dynamic third-person combat that blends gunplay, biotics, stealth, and exploration across open-world environments filled with challenges and hidden lore. This edition includes the Turian Soldier multiplayer recruit pack, adding exclusive weapons, armor, boosts, and gear to help you thrive in cooperative online battles. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Timespinner is a hand-drawn 2D action platformer where you play as Lunaise, transported to a strange world after her family is murdered and the ancient Timespinner device destroyed, seeking revenge against the Lakim Empire. You'll manipulate time to traverse between the barren present and lush past, collect elemental magic orbs, combine spells and melee attacks, and train familiars like the Dream Dragon Maif to aid you in challenging combat and boss encounters. Its detailed pixel art, fluid animation, atmospheric soundtrack, and expansive interconnected world create a nostalgic yet fresh Metroidvania experience filled with secrets, exploration, and strategy. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $7.49, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is a high-octane 2D fighting game featuring frenetic 3-on-3 tag battles where iconic Marvel and Capcom characters clash in spectacular, fast-paced, over-the-top combat. You'll master combos, chain devastating attacks, and experiment with team strategies in modes like Heroes and Heralds, then test your skills online against players worldwide in intense, competitive multiplayer matches filled with chaos and excitement. With full HD 1080p visuals at 60 frames per second, all previous DLC included, and a vast roster brimming with fan-favorite heroes and villains, the game delivers non-stop action, strategy, and thrilling spectacle. It's an 81 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 10 out of 10, and about 70 hours to platinum. For $7.49, Lovers in a Dangerous Spacetime is a vibrant 1-to-4 player couch co-op action game where you pilot a neon battleship through a perilous galaxy, battling the evil forces of anti-love. You'll man turrets, lasers, shields, and thrusters with friends or AI companions, coordinating teamwork to survive chaotic encounters, upgrade your ship with powerful space gems, and adapt to each new challenge that emerges across colorful, enemy-filled environments. Its charming art style, energetic soundtrack, and tight, intuitive controls make every session both accessible and deeply engaging, turning cooperative play into a frantic, joyful test of skill and communication. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Valkyria Chronicles 4 is a tactical RPG set during a war-torn continent, following Commander Claude Wallace and Squad E as they fight for freedom amidst brutal battles, blizzards, and the terrifying power of the Valkyria. You'll command squads across grid-based battlefields, combining strategic planning, turn-based combat, and real-time action to overcome waves of Imperial soldiers, capture objectives, and survive harsh environments while managing character progression and unit abilities. Its watercolor-inspired visuals, cinematic storytelling, and immersive orchestral soundtrack bring the war-torn world to life, blending intense strategy with heartfelt character moments. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Castlevania Anniversary Collection is a compilation of classic 2D action platformers that trace the origins of Konami's legendary vampire hunting franchise, featuring 8 beloved games plus the previously untranslated Kid Dracula. You'll explore the gothic castles and haunted landscapes of each title, battle hordes of supernatural enemies, and master tight platforming and combat mechanics while uncovering the lore of the Belmont clan and their allies. The collection also includes a detailed ebook, History of Castlevania, Book of the Crescent Moon, offering insights from developers, artists, and historians, making it both a nostalgic trip and a deep dive into the series' enduring legacy. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 20 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $9.99, the Dark Pictures anthology Little Hope is a cinematic horror adventure where 4 college students and their professor become trapped in the fog-shrouded town of Little Hope, facing terrifying visions tied to the 17th century Andover witch trials. You'll make critical choices that branch the story, evade relentless supernatural apparitions, solve environmental puzzles, and play solo or in online and local co-op, all while uncovering dark secrets that threaten each character's soul. The upgraded version adds improved visuals, UI, walk speeds, accessibility options, and the Curator's Cut, offering new playable scenes, perspectives, and narrative choices. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Knights and Bikes is a hand-painted 2D action adventure for 1 or 2 players set on a British island in the 1980s, following best friends Nessa and Demelza as they explore Penfurzy in search of a legendary lost treasure in a whimsical Goonies-inspired coming-of-age story. You'll pedal through windswept beaches, deep forests, and ancient ruins, using frisbees, water balloons, and quirky gadgets to overcome obstacles, collect trinkets, upgrade your bikes, and solve puzzles, all while teaming up with your friend or AI companions. Its charming hand-painted visuals, upbeat soundtrack, and playful sense of humor create a joyful, imaginative world where friendship and adventure go hand in hand. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $9.89, Ghost Trick Phantom Detective is a quirky, puzzle-filled mystery adventure where you play as Sissel, a ghost who wakes up with no memory after being murdered and must solve the mystery of his own death before sunrise. You'll possess and manipulate objects, rewind time, and unravel intricate puzzles while interacting with a cast of charming and eccentric characters, using your supernatural abilities to influence events and uncover hidden clues across the city. The HD remaster features upgraded visuals, new music arrangements, a gallery of artwork, and fully synchronized soundtracks, enhancing the original's clever storytelling, humor, and inventive gameplay. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Unsighted is a fast-paced action-adventure Metroidvania where you play as Alma, an automaton racing against time to save friends from becoming mindless killing machines called the Unsighted before it's too late. You'll explore the sprawling city of Arcadia, uncover hidden shortcuts, customize weapons and loadouts, craft and upgrade abilities through chips, and make crucial choices that shape the story, NPC survival, and multiple endings. Its striking pixel art, fluid animations, dynamic soundtrack, and intricate world design create a tense, rewarding, and highly replayable experience, with co-op and challenge modes adding extra depth and lasting challenge. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $8.74, Steins Gate Zero is a story-driven visual novel sequel that follows a group of students who accidentally altered time and history through a science experiment, putting humanity at grave risk. You'll navigate branching narratives, make critical choices that shape multiple possible outcomes, and uncover the emotional, scientific, and moral consequences of failure as the characters desperately struggle to fix the timeline while facing loss, betrayal, and the relentless weight of their mistakes. Its detailed anime-style visuals, haunting soundtrack, and richly written story create an immersive, suspenseful experience full of mystery, tension, and unforgettable characters. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Bug Fables: The Everlasting Sapling is a colorful adventure RPG where you follow 3 heroes, V, Kabu, and Leaf, on a quest across Bulgaria to find the legendary Everlasting Sapling, said to grant immortality. You'll explore diverse environments, solve puzzles, and engage in turn-based battles using action commands to enhance attacks, block enemy moves, and coordinate team strategies, while uncovering secrets and completing side quests and optional bosses. Its charming hand-drawn art, vibrant world design, witty dialogue, immersive soundtrack, and upgraded features from Update 1.2, including new quests and bosses, create a delightful and replayable RPG experience. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $9.99, The Last Guardian is a beautifully emotional adventure where a young boy forms an unbreakable bond with a mysterious creature, navigating towering ruins filled with treacherous traps, shifting platforms, and unknown dangers lurking around every corner. You'll solve intricate environmental puzzles, climb massive structures, and rely on your companion's unique abilities to progress, creating moments of tension, wonder, and heartfelt connection throughout the journey. With its breathtaking art design, cinematic storytelling, and immersive gameplay, the game delivers a deeply touching and memorable experience about friendship, trust, and the enduring power of teamwork. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $7.49, Slay the Spire is a roguelike deck-building game where you craft unique decks, battle bizarre creatures, and climb a constantly changing, perilous spire filled with unpredictable challenges and powerful relics. You'll strategically combine hundreds of cards, weigh risks versus rewards along ever-shifting paths, and face different enemies and bosses with each run, creating endlessly replayable gameplay that rewards careful planning, adaptability, and clever strategy. With its deep strategy, dynamic card interactions, and high replay value, the game delivers a thrilling solo experience that challenges both your tactical thinking and deck-building creativity. It's an 89 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 100 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection is a remastered adventure trilogy where treasure hunter Nathan Drake travels the globe, risking life and friendship to uncover legendary riches while facing ruthless enemies and uncovering hidden mysteries. You'll explore exotic locations, solve intricate environmental puzzles, and engage in cinematic action sequences that blend climbing, shooting, and stealth across 3 epic single-player campaigns, fully optimized for PS4. With unforgettable characters, gripping storytelling, and enhanced visuals and performance by Bluepoint Games, the collection delivers a definitive experience of one of gaming's most beloved action-adventure series. It's a 92 average on game rankings, average trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 45 hours to get all 3 platinums. For $9.99, Judgment is a gritty action detective thriller from the creators of the Yakuza series that follows disgraced lawyer-turned-private eye Takayuki Yagami as he hunts a serial killer through Kamurocho's neon-soaked streets and battles his own fractured sense of morality. Investigate crime scenes, tail suspects, interrogate witnesses, and gather evidence in a tense story that explores corruption, redemption, and the blurred line between truth and justice, all while uncovering the city's darkest secrets and hidden power players. Engage in dynamic street brawls with 2 distinct combat styles, mixing martial arts finesse with cinematic finishers that rival any blockbuster action movie. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 120 hours to platinum. For $9.99, The Last of Us Remastered is the definitive version of Naughty Dog's award-winning masterpiece, rebuilt for PS4 with higher resolution character models, enhanced lighting, and smoother performance throughout. Set in a post-pandemic America where nature has overtaken civilization, Joel and Ellie must endure brutal survivors, deadly infected, and the emotional toll of survival itself as they trek across the country. With deeply cinematic storytelling, tense stealth action gameplay, heart-wrenching performances, and all major DLC including Left Behind and both map packs, it remains one of the most gripping and emotional experiences in gaming history. It's a 95 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $5.99, A Way Out is a unique, exclusively co-op cinematic adventure from the creators of Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, where you and a friend play as Leo and Vincent, two prisoners forging an uneasy alliance to escape captivity. What begins as a tense prison break evolves into an unpredictable emotional journey filled with character-driven storytelling, clever teamwork mechanics, shifting perspectives, and moments of real human connection and consequence. Designed entirely around cooperation, players must work together to solve puzzles, navigate action sequences, explore richly detailed environments, and make moral choices that shape the outcome of their escape. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum, and you can check out my trophy guide on the channel if you plan on going for it. For $5.09, Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition is a gritty open-world action adventure where you play as Wei Shen, an undercover cop navigating Hong Kong's deadly triads while balancing loyalty, morality, and survival in a city that never sleeps. What begins as a tense infiltration evolves into a sprawling, action-packed journey filled with bone-crunching martial arts, explosive gunfights, high-speed chases, and immersive side activities that bring the city to life. Fully integrated with all 24 DLCs, including Year of the Snake and Nightmare in North Point, players can explore richly detailed districts, engage in side missions, and experience the ultimate crime sandbox adventure. It's an 83 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Infamous Second Son is a thrilling PS4 exclusive action adventure where you play as Delson Rowe, a newly awakened superhuman navigating a city under the oppressive control of the Department of Unified Protection. What begins as a fight for survival evolves into a dynamic, high-stakes journey where your choices shape the story, determine how you use your powers, and influence the fate of Seattle and its citizens, all while facing dangerous enemies, uncovering hidden secrets, and mastering diverse superhuman abilities. Explore a vibrant open world, unleash devastating powers, and experience the consequences of heroism or chaos as you push your powers to the limit. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Moss is a single-player VR action-adventure puzzle game where you guide Quill, a courageous mouse, through an enchanting, immersive world filled with hidden secrets, dangerous enemies, and ancient magic. What begins as a simple journey evolves into an epic quest as Quill discovers a mysterious glass relic and sets out to save her endangered uncle, requiring clever puzzle solving, engaging combat, and exploration of beautifully crafted, vibrant environments. Fully immersive in virtual reality, players experience the story alongside Quill, interacting with the world, assisting in battles, and uncovering hidden pathways that bring the adventure to life. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Angry Video Game Nerd 1 and 2 Deluxe is a retro-inspired action platformer where you play as the Nerd, navigating challenging levels, battling classic gaming enemies, and confronting over-the-top bosses in a pixel-perfect, nostalgia-filled world. What begins as a wild throwback adventure evolves into a full-blown comedic quest with a new third chapter and a wacky overarching plot connecting all 3 episodes, delivering extra challenges, humor, and surprises. With updated controls, improved gameplay mechanics, stylized pixel art, and an energetic soundtrack, players will jump, shoot, dodge, and rage their way through this action-packed, delightfully silly gaming experience. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Catherine Full Body is a captivating puzzle adventure where you follow Vincent, a man torn between his long-term girlfriend Catherine, with a K, the alluring Catherine, with a C, and the innocent Rin, as he navigates love, temptation, and personal turmoil in both daily life and haunting nightmares. What begins as a provocative, relationship-driven story evolves into intense, nightmarish climbing challenges that test your wits, reflexes, and decision-making under pressure. Packed with improved visuals, new music, enhanced multiplayer modes, and deeper narrative choices, players experience a richer, more complex journey through love, infidelity, and self-discovery. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 75 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Planet of Lana is a visually striking action-adventure where you guide Lana and her loyal companion through a beautifully vibrant but threatened world, striving to restore balance after a faceless army disrupts the planet's harmony. What begins as a journey of survival evolves into a deeply emotional quest across diverse environments, combining clever puzzles, stealthy navigation, and challenging action sequences that test reflexes and wit. With companion-based gameplay, striking hand-painted visuals, and an epic story spanning galaxies and centuries, players experience a richly immersive adventure that celebrates the bond between nature, humans, and animals. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $5.24, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2 is a 2D action platformer blending classic retro aesthetics with modern gameplay, where you control Zangetsu, a swordsman on a relentless quest to vanquish demons and the alchemists who summon them. What begins as a solo mission evolves into a strategic adventure as Zangetsu can recruit new allies, including 3 brand new playable characters like the Exorcist Dominique, each offering unique abilities in varied ways to tackle stages. Featuring multiple scenario storytelling, challenging platforming, and first-time 2-player local co-op, players can mix and match characters, create powerful duos, and experience the series in exciting new ways. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $8.09, Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun Deluxe Edition is a hardcore tactical stealth game set in Edo period Japan, where you control a team of deadly specialists navigating castles, monasteries, and hidden forest camps, while avoiding or eliminating enemies with cunning strategy. What begins as a challenging infiltration mission evolves into a complex, strategy-driven adventure, as players carefully coordinate each character's unique skills, set traps, poison opponents, and adapt to ever-changing scenarios. Along the way, your team develops dynamic relationships, faces personal demons, and requires clever, inventive tactics to complete each mission with precision and stealth. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Bramble the Mountain King is a dark, emotional adventure set in a haunting world inspired by Nordic folklore and tragic fairy tales. You play as Oli, a young boy on a perilous journey to rescue his sister from a terrifying troll, navigating eerie forests, murky swamps, and shimmering valleys that blur the line between dream and nightmare. Blending atmospheric exploration with tense platforming, puzzle solving, and cinematic storytelling, every encounter feels both beautiful and unnerving as you face enormous mythical beasts and smaller horrors hiding in the dark, all brought to life with haunting music and strikingly detailed visuals that heighten the tension. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $9.74, Henry Halfhead is a delightfully imaginative sandbox adventure where you play as a strange little character who can transform into over 250 different objects. You might become a toaster to make breakfast, a watering can to tend your plants, or even a paper plane soaring through the air, with each transformation offering new ways to solve puzzles, explore hidden areas, collect quirky items, and create playful chaos in inventive ways. Blending humor, heart, and creativity, the game tells a lighthearted story through a witty narrator as Henry rediscovers the joy of everyday life, whether alone or with a friend in local co-op, and encourages experimentation, curiosity, and endless replayability. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered is a high-octane open-world action game where you play as an insurgent fighting to liberate Mars from the oppressive Earth Defense Force. You'll wield a vast array of weapons, commandeer vehicles, and use guerrilla tactics to dismantle enemy structures, employing physics-based destruction to create chaos, strategic advantages, and epic chain reaction explosions in every battle. The remastered version features fully reworked textures, improved lighting and shadows, and enhanced shaders and post-processing, making the explosive combat and sprawling Martian environments even more immersive, dynamic, and visually stunning. It's an 86 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 100 hours to platinum. For $8.74, Viewfinder is a mind-bending first-person puzzle adventure that lets you reshape reality by bringing photographs, sketches, and postcards to life in the world around you. As you explore multiple interconnected hub worlds, you'll manipulate the environment, uncover hidden secrets, and solve inventive spatial puzzles that challenge perception, logic, and creativity at every turn, while gradually revealing the mysterious story behind the world. With its player-driven narrative, beautiful visuals, immersive sound design, and clever mechanics, it's an approachable yet deeply rewarding experience for both casual explorers and detail-oriented puzzle enthusiasts alike. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $7.49, the Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 bundle delivers 2 intense, full HD survival horror experiences, fully remastered with all DLC included, offering maximum suspense and terrifying gameplay. Step aboard the ghost ship in Revelations to uncover Jill Valentine's hidden secrets, or navigate Claire Redfield and Barry Burton's intertwined stories in Revelations 2, solving tense puzzles, surviving relentless enemies, and uncovering dark conspiracies. Both games feature the addictive raid mode for cooperative online action, alongside extra episodes, costumes, characters, and maps, providing fans countless hours of chilling gameplay, replayability, and heart-pounding scares. It's a 79 average on OpenCritic, average trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 100 hours to get both platinums. For $9.99, Okami HD is a beautifully remastered action-adventure that transforms the world into a living sumie ink painting, letting you play as Amaterasu, the Japanese sun goddess in the form of a legendary white wolf. Journey across the ruined lands of Nippon, battling the 8-headed demon Orochi, restoring life and color to the world, and using the celestial brush to manipulate the environment, solve intricate puzzles, and unleash divine attacks in a uniquely artistic and engaging way. With both modern widescreen and original 4x3 display options, plus interactive loading screens from the original release, it's a timeless visual and gameplay masterpiece. It's a 92 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers Edition, is a beautifully remastered classic RPG that expands on the original Chrono Cross with upgraded HD 3D models, refined illustrations, enhanced music, and modern quality of life features. Explore 2 intertwined parallel worlds, meet over 40 party members, and experience a richly layered story that spans dimensions while influencing the fate of the planet itself. This edition also includes the foundational game Radical Dreamers, Litrasor Interdite, and offers customizable combat options, auto battle, screen resolution settings, and a choice between pixel or HD fonts, making it both accessible and visually stunning. It's a 92 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $9.74, OneShot World Machine Edition is a charming and thought-provoking adventure game that blurs the line between the game world and your own screen. You'll guide a mysterious child through a self-contained computer world, solving inventive puzzles, interacting with sentient objects, and forming a unique bond as you help restore the long-dead sun and save a world on the brink of collapse. With its touching narrative, clever meta mechanics, atmospheric music, beautifully crafted environments, and multiple secret endings, this edition also includes collectible content and exclusive features that expand the story, enrich exploration, and deepen the emotional experience. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $7.49, Koihime Enbu Ryo Rai Rai is a fast-paced, all-female fighting game set during the turbulent Three Kingdoms period of ancient China. Master tight, responsive controls to unleash devastating combos, counters, and special moves, while beginners can enjoy approachable training and challenge modes to hone their skills. Mix and match 14 playable characters with 8 assist fighters, explore the fatal counter system, utilize the tactics bar for EX and special moves, and test strategies in local versus or ranked online battles. With replay features, a full rebalance from the latest arcade version, and deep combat mechanics, it's a thrilling and strategic fighter for fans of the genre. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 10 out of 10, and about 250 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Redout Lightspeed Edition is a fast-paced anti-gravity racing game that blends classic arcade thrills with physics-based, high-intensity driving. Conquer over 100 events across 35 tracks, master 7 teams and 4 ship classes, and use upgrades, power-ups, and precision maneuvers to dominate opponents, with each turn, slope, and acceleration affecting your craft realistically and demanding skill, reflexes, and strategy to stay ahead. Compete in single-player, online multiplayer, or local split-screen modes, while enjoying stunning neon visuals, dynamic environments, and a heart-pounding electronic soundtrack that immerses you in every pulse-pounding race. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Crow Country is a tense survival horror game that blends eerie exploration with challenging puzzles, atmospheric storytelling, and a deeply mysterious story. Navigate the abandoned theme park of Crow Country, uncover hidden secrets, and piece together the truth behind Edward Crow's disappearance, while confronting strange monsters and disturbing events, with every step demanding careful observation, problem-solving, and courage. Experience a haunting atmosphere, whimsical yet unsettling environments, and chilling sound design that draws you into the dark heart of the park, with an optional exploration mode for a safer, puzzle-focused experience. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 2 hours to platinum. For $8.74, Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragons is a fast-paced beat-em-up that fuses classic franchise action with roguelike mechanics, dynamic level progression, and strategic character switching. Step in a post-apocalyptic 1990X New York as Billy and Jimmy Lee, fighting to reclaim a city overrun by criminal gangs, or tag in Marion, Uncle Martin, and 16 additional unlockable characters, each with unique moves, strengths, and playstyles. Strategically switch fighters, tackle randomized missions with evolving difficulty, earn tokens to unlock characters, upgrades, special backgrounds, and survival mode, and test your skills in online or local co-op, survival, and versus modes. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate is the definitive fighting game experience, combining 2 critically acclaimed time-bending story campaigns with the full, complete roster of 37 characters, including newcomers Mileena, Rain, and Rambo. Test your skills in intense cinematic fights featuring jaw-dropping fatalities, brutalities, and friendships, with thousands of skins, weapons, and gear for unmatched fighter customization. Battle through Towers of Time, the Crypt, Classic Towers, or online modes, while reliving epic clashes with all previous guest fighters like Terminator, Joker, Spawn, and RoboCop, with Combat Pack 1, Aftermath Expansion, and Combat Pack 2 all included. It's an 89 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-Year Celebration is an action-adventure game that elevates Lara Croft from survivor to legendary Tomb Raider. Explore the treacherous, remote regions of Siberia in search of the mythical city of Kitez, while facing the paramilitary organization Trinity, who seeks the promise of immortality for themselves, and traverse semi-open hubs filled with hidden secrets, solving intricate environmental puzzles and engaging enemies with firearms, stealth, and creative strategy. Raid challenge tombs for valuable rewards, complete side missions, and scavenge resources to craft essential tools, gear, and upgrades that enhance your exploration and survival. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $7.49, Alien Isolation is a tense first-person survival horror game where Amanda Ripley searches a remote space station for clues about her mother, while an unstoppable xenomorph stalks her every move from the shadows. You'll creep through dim, claustrophobic corridors as you manage scarce resources, craft essential tools, and use careful stealth to slip past hostile humans, malfunctioning androids, and the creature itself while the station grows increasingly unstable. With its retro-futuristic design, dynamic enemy AI, richly detailed environments, and slow-burn narrative that steadily tightens the tension, it delivers a gripping cat-and-mouse experience true to the original film. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $7.49, the Entropy Centre is a clever first-person puzzle adventure where you manipulate time itself to rewind objects and unravel the mystery of a collapsing space station orbiting a dying Earth. You'll tackle increasingly complex rooms as you reverse platforms, restore destroyed structures, and chain together precise solutions, while Astra, your chatty, time-bending AI companion, offers guidance, humor, and crucial narrative clues. With its polished puzzles, warm writing, and a steady drip of environmental storytelling that expands the scale of the disaster, plus a free community-level update that adds imaginative fan-made challenges, it delivers a thoughtful and engaging brain-teasing journey. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Call of the Sea is a vibrant first-person mystery adventure set in 1934, following Nora as she searches a remote South Pacific island for her missing husband's expedition and uncovers clues tied to an ancient, forgotten civilization. You'll explore dense jungles, eerie ruins, and shimmering shoreline caverns as you investigate journals, decode symbols, and solve thoughtfully designed puzzles that gradually reveal the island's unsettling history. With expressive voice acting from Cissy Jones, richly stylized environments, and a story that blends emotional self-discovery with gentle Lovecraftian overtones, it creates a warm yet haunting atmosphere that builds toward a memorable finale. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 3 hours to platinum. For $7.49, the Far Cry 4 and Far Cry Primal Bundle offers 2 sprawling open-world adventures, from the war-torn Himalayas of Kirat to the savage Stone Age land of Oros. In Far Cry 4, you'll navigate mountains, forests, and enemy strongholds as a Jagal, joining rebels and toppling Pagan Min's ruthless regime with a mix of weapons, vehicles, and wildlife encounters, while in Far Cry Primal, you'll survive a prehistoric wilderness filled with mammoths, saber-toothed tigers, and rival tribes, crafting tools, taming beasts, and fighting to become the ultimate apex predator. With vast maps, dynamic encounters, and hours of exploration, this bundle delivers 2 epic, unforgettable experiences. It's an 81 average on OpenCritic, average trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 50 hours to get both platinums. For $8.99, Worldless is a 2D turn-based platformer set in a newborn universe, where entities clash in a polarizing struggle, creating unpredictable exchanges of power that dynamically shape the world around them. You'll dash, wall jump, and explore intricate interconnected areas filled with secrets, while engaging in active time, turn-based combat that tests both strategy and reflexes against a variety of hostile beings. With a deep talent tree for upgrading abilities, abstract level design, and a hauntingly beautiful score that enriches the mysterious, thought-provoking narrative, it delivers a challenging and immersive experience for players seeking both skill-based combat and exploration. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 30 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $6.29, Star Ocean Till the End of Time is a classic JRPG where you explore vast worlds, uncover the deepest secrets of the Star Ocean universe, and engage in a dynamic real-time combat system blending strategy, skill, and action. You'll traverse diverse planets, meet richly written characters, and experience an epic story balancing personal drama, interstellar conflict, and universe-altering revelations, all with upgraded visuals and PlayStation 4 features like trophies, remote play, and sharing functionality. With its expansive story, engaging combat, and faithful HD conversion preserving the original's nostalgic charm, it's a must-play for longtime fans of the series. It's an 81 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 130 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Resident Evil Deluxe Origins Bundle delivers 2 iconic survival horror experiences, including HD remasters of Resident Evil and Resident Evil 0, along with all 8 alternate costume DLCs in the all-new challenging Wesker mode. You'll explore tense, atmospheric environments, solve intricate puzzles, and manage scarce resources, while facing relentless enemies, traps, and unexpected scares, all with options for modern or classic controls that balance nostalgia with accessibility. With remastered visuals, enhanced audio, and a chilling, unforgettable narrative that lays the foundation for the franchise's terrifying lore, this bundle is a definitive way to experience the origins of evil. It's an 87 average on Game Rankings, average trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 55 hours to get both platinums. For $8.74, Pathologic 2 is a narrative-driven dramatic thriller where you take on the role of the town's new chief healer, racing against time to combat a deadly plague, while navigating a collapsing rural society filled with paranoia, distrust, and hidden agendas. You'll explore a desolate, atmospheric town, seek out unexpected allies, uncover dangerous secrets, and make impossible choices that determine who lives and who dies, all within a strict 12-day timeline. With its tense, immersive storytelling, morally complex decisions, and hauntingly detailed environments that constantly remind you of the town's fragility, it delivers a gripping, emotionally taxing, and unforgettable survival experience. It's a 70 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Until Then is a narrative-driven adventure, following Mark Borgia and his friends through the joys, insecurities, and mysteries of one transformative year of high school in a world recovering from catastrophe. You'll explore hand-drawn, Philippine-inspired environments, interact with a diverse cast via text, email, and in-person conversations, manage everyday tasks, and uncover hidden truths as memories prove unreliable, all while making choices that shape relationships and personal growth. With philosophical themes, addictive everyday minigames, cinematic pixel art, and a warm, immersive soundtrack, it delivers a heartfelt and emotionally rich coming-of-age experience. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $8.99, We Were Here Forever is a cooperative puzzle adventure where you and a friend are trapped in the mysterious Castle Rock and must rely on communication, clever thinking, and teamwork to survive and escape. You'll explore dungeons, eerie graveyards, and dark waters while uncovering the history of Rockberry, the resistance against the king, and centuries-old secrets, all while solving intricate two-player puzzles via walkie-talkies that test trust, timing, and coordination under pressure. With tense, atmospheric environments, a spine-tingling story, and a thrilling Antarctic setting that constantly keeps you on edge, it delivers a memorable, intense, and challenging co-op experience. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2 Complete Edition is a tactical first-person shooter where you tackle extreme-range sniping missions in a modern-day Middle Eastern setting, with targets over 1,000 meters testing your precision, patience, and strategy. You'll play through a dramatic single-player campaign while using a massive arsenal including all expansions and DLC packs, from new regions and deadly contracts to themed weapon skins and specialized sniper rifles, and enhanced stealth and long-range lethality. With detailed environments, realistic ballistics, and tactical freedom in every mission, it delivers a challenging and deeply satisfying sniper experience. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $9.99, the LEGO Games Bundle is a family-friendly collection featuring LEGO DC Supervillains, LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, the LEGO Movie video game, and the LEGO Movie 2 video game, offering hours of creative, humorous, and action-packed adventures. You'll explore imaginative worlds, solve puzzles, and team up with iconic heroes and villains from the DC universe, or join Emmett and his friends to stop Lord Business and save the Sister System, all while enjoying LEGO's signature charm, humor, and cooperative gameplay. With colorful environments, lighthearted storytelling, and plenty of collectible content, it delivers a fun and engaging experience for players of all ages. It's a 70 average on OpenCritic, average trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 85 hours to get all 4 platinums. For $6.74, Rival Megagun is a frantic competitive shmup where you transform into a colossal mega gunship and battle your opponent head-on in fast-paced, split-screen action filled with chaos, explosions, and relentless projectiles. You'll unleash devastating weapons, customize your ship with unlockable gear, and face off in intense local or online matches, mastering each hero's unique abilities, mega gunship form, and strategic maneuvers to dominate your rival. With chaotic, high-energy gameplay, dynamic stages, clever power-ups, and a mix of classic shoot-'em-up mechanics and competitive strategy, it delivers a thrilling, addictive, and explosively entertaining experience. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $7.79, Behind the Frame, The Finest Scenery is a relaxing interactive fiction where you guide an aspiring artist through brushstrokes and puzzles to complete her masterpiece while navigating her brusque neighbor's gaze, mischievous cat, and everyday life distractions. You'll explore beautiful, hand-animated panoramic worlds, uncover hidden details in each scene, and slowly reveal an emotional story of chance, artistry, and personal growth, all at your own pace. With resplendent colors, a soothing soundtrack, charming environmental storytelling, and thoughtful interactions that make every painting tell a story, it delivers a calm, heartfelt, and visually captivating artistic experience. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 2 hours to platinum. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sales stuff that I put out. Leave a like and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.